Oh, fuck.
That was the first thing said on stream was, oh, fuck.
Sorry. I just dropped my phone in a cup of water as we were going live, so I truly apologize, people.
Oh,
you dropped your
Hello,
water in a cup of water?
Hello,
I can't even think right now. I'm trying to find a bag of ice. Or, I mean, a bag of rice. All right, I'll be back.
Right.
Uh-oh.
Anyway, that was an eventful start. Welcome to Read the News, episode 54. Here we have in the chat.
Most exciting start ever.
We have Chadwick, Peter, Hinkton Pricked, Cubon, Tom, who's on the stream. They're both on the stream. And King Relic. Welcome, people. You see, Peter, it's always a good way to start a fucking crap stream with, oh, fuck. Because we're always crap around here. This stream has never been good.
At least you warn people before you start. I just clicked the start button.
Yeah. Half the time, you don't even know when you started. On to the news.
At least it wasn't like a conversation swearing. It was like an accident swearing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it was like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peter, it's all a joke. If you don't dish out if you can't take it back.
I humbly apologize for that. I really do. It was just a reaction.
That was hilarious. I mean, it's not funny that your phone is currently wet, but it is hilarious that you said fuck.
Anyway.
I love it.
Perfect timing, right?
The fact that it's coming from you.
Yeah.
I read the fucking news now.
I'm sorry, what was that, Scotty? You don't want to read the news? I can help you with that.
Can I read the news now? Yeah.
No.
I don't know, can you?
Every time someone's interrupting you, I help you on your stream, but when it comes to mine, no.
She'll just encourage it.
I'm sorry, please continue, Scotty.
Former world star man hoping to have 1,000k operation on NHS after his weight doubles. Paul Mason dropped from 70 stone to 19 stone after having a stomach operation on the NHS back in 2011. But he's piled it back on pounds again in the US. Hey, Paul Mason, who wants to move back to the UK as he is struggling to afford to live in the US due to high medical costs. Well, I'm a fat fuck. But
that's 440 kilos.
Yes.
Damn.
Exactly. Yeah, like if I, so yeah, I mean, it's his own fault for getting that fucking big. I mean, I'm a fat fuck, but really, how the fucking hell do you get that big?
Me. That's 5 of me. Jesus Christ.
You get that big because people enable you and feed you.
That's like 400 of Chloe.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, honestly, if you're that big, are you really going out and getting food if you can't even get out of the house?
Can you even get? How did you even get in the house to first?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, she is helping. Yeah, Chloe's helping to Phil to read the news, isn't she?
Yes, she is.
This guy's had more chins than a Chinese book.
I know.
Chinese phone book.
That guy helped crash so many planes just getting on him. Like, seriously?
He wouldn't get on the plane in the first place.
Maybe he was skinny when he first moved into the house and got really big once he was in there, kind of like building a ship in a bottle.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, it's helpful where fat people die early. You're living up to your name there. Giving healthy advice. After the Alpi set up for American seeking new life. Very well written there, Daily Record. Very well written. Set off for Americans seeking a new. However, since flying from his girlfriend, his weight has more than doubled. What's so funny?
He just went seeking Americans. I'm like, what, for food? Like, did he just cannibalize a bunch of American children or something? Like,
I think to get that fucking big, you'd have to. I mean, this guy's like,
did he start eating the Mexican babies again? Like, damn.
How the hell did he find tidy whities? How did he find tidy whities to fit his ass?
I assume he's just been wearing them. I assume he's just been wearing them for like fucking years. Can't get them off anymore.
Dude, it's probably a loincloth, man. He's a loincloth style.
Probably a
Tarzan.
I don't know.
Needs the jaws of life to get them off, I reckon.
He's worn them so long that Fruit of the Loom symbol's tattooed on his ass by now.
I'm surprised they're still white. He's worn them that long. They should be brown by now at least.
Ew.
Crusty cheese coming out the inside. Oh.
Oh, perfect. So if they try to strike you for nudity with this picture, just tell them you pick out the part that's indecent and let me know. Because I can't figure out what the hell part of what's on him.
Nor can I. I think Chloe agrees. However, since he split from his girlfriend, his weight has more than doubled.
Aww.
Paul from Ipswich now wants life-changing treatment back in his home country, which would set the NHS back a six-figure sum.
Jesus. Seriously?
Yep. 80% of Americans are pre-diabetic. Could the world's strongest man lift this motherfucker? I don't know. Actually, there's a new thing, yeah. Fucking extreme morbidly obese peeling or something like that. You just drag them along the ground or whatever. That's a new event for the world's strongest man.
It'd be ironic to raise money for diabetes. Pull this fat man.
Sponsored by McDonald's or something. Just
Yeah.
Runner-up prize, Little Debbie.
He told the Sun, I can understand people in Britain saying, why should my tax pay for it? Yeah, I agree. But I'm no sponge. I deserve as much as any Brit. I contributed to society when I was working. Well, most Brits are not as big as that.
Yeah.
So, frankly, you deserve it. So, frankly, you deserve nothing. He said he regretted his US move because there was no support. But there is in the UK. Paul was able to slim down after the NHS fitted with him with a gastric bypass.
So he's already had surgery that people have paid for.
Yeah, he's already had surgery. He lost a bunch of weight, then regained a bunch of weight again. So why should he get it again?
So
Tough luck.
what does it say? What surgery he got?
Yeah, he had a gastric bypass fitted already.
He had the bypass. So I bet your old dipshit there probably didn't realize that there's a lifestyle change that has to accompany the gastric bypass.
Well, he did lose a bunch of weight, then he regained the weight again.
Oh, I thought you said he did.
You know, it'd be really a simple surgery to fix all that is just a G-tube, where he can't eat anything anymore. Just give him a G-tube.
Yeah, his body will just eat all the fat anyway, won't it? So
Exactly. So just give him a G-tube, and just give him a liquid diet 3 times a day. And if he's still hungry, fuck him. He can't move to go get to the fridge anyways.
Oh, the big problem is the big caloric intake. The caloric intake that he has right now, he'll have to set that down gradually. I mean, and I don't. When I say gradually, I don't mean like 20 calories less every day. I'm talking a few hundred calories less every day. But he's got to step down. If this dude's chowing down 5,000 calories a day, and just drops down to 1,500, his body will sit and go, "Oh my God, we're not getting food. Time to go into starvation mode."
Yes.
And actually start packing more on.
That's a good point, because I know when you're anorexic and you get to a certain point, you can't even eat real food because you can die. Your body can't digest it properly. So I've always wondered what it was if people were obese like this, how the diet would work that way.
Well, when you're obese like that, and it's like the sudden drop in calories.
Yeah.
Your body actually thinks you're starving, so it's actually going to sit and store every damn calorie it can and more fat.
Yeah.
So it'll just make it worse if you just go onto a complete starvation diet.
It might make it worse for the first little bit, but after that, it'll stop.
Well, until his body gets used to it, yes, but it's just the shock will cause him to get bigger at first.
Isn't that what happens anyway? Because doesn't getting a gastric bypass limit what you can eat anyway? Because a certain food does feel sick.
Yeah, you'll get sick if you eat something you're not supposed to be able to.
Doesn't mean he's not going to do it anyways. and shove it down there with a plunger.
Anyway, but while in the US, he piled the stones back on, gorging on pizza, potatoes, burgers, and crisps. And the 58-year-old finds eating better than sex. He said, when you orgasm, you get a really good, strong sexual feeling. It's like that. A condiment as well.
Well, of course, for him, eating is better than sex. He hasn't been able to see his own penis in 20 years.
Condiments are delicious. That's all I take away from that. Mayo is awesome. I love mayo.
Are you like a German? Would you eat like tomato ketchup with mayo?
Probably.
Like the Germans do.
Oh, probably.
I'm just giving you a new idea.
Awesome.
I'm just giving you a new idea now.
No, man, there are numerous ways in which I use mayonnaise. I love how he sighs with that.
Usually reducing caloric intake is by a third is helpful. Calories aren't the answer, it's all about nutrients. Anorexia nervosa is gut damage. Okay, thank you very much, health aware.
Yes.
Paul says he needs surgery to replace his knees, repair 8 stomach hernias, and adjust his bypass.
I wonder why.
Well, because he burst.
He needs. Yeah.
He also needs continual medication, monthly iron transfusions, counseling sessions, mobility aids, and home modifications. The total bill is estimated to be around £1,800.
108,000. Sorry.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just saying.
If jobless Paul ends up in a council housing, that bill will be higher. He moved to the US in 2014 for surgery to remove the flaps from his loose skin left by his weight loss. He was on a 1-month health visa but stayed on illegally after finding love with 8 stone Rebecca Mountain. So basically, I assume she must have been a feeder then. Something, I mean, why would someone that skinny go with someone that big?
Yeah, I know. That's
Yeah.
That's 50 kilos versus 444. Wow.
Sex would be very insane to watch with those two. I mean,
You would have to
Sex
like.
isn't everything.
I don't know. Maybe he killed her.
He ate her, mate. He definitely ate her. That's for sure.
Hello, everyone.
Please smother her. Hey,
Hello.
Hey,
Lil.
Little. How you going?
Hey, Lou.
It's going good.
But they split in March and he began binging. So he gained twice his weight in fucking 2 months. Gain twice your weight in 2 months. How the fucking hell do you do that? He flies back to the UK in 2 days and has booked 2 seats. Today and has booked 2 seats.
But I still don't understand how he's gonna fit in those 2 seats. That's still kind of awkward. Like, is he in a wheelchair? I assume.
No, he's just fat.
All right,
It's on a forklift, not a wheelchair.
I see.
Oh, that's probably not a joke either, if you're that heavy.
Heavy machinery.
Yeah, yep. Haven't you seen those videos where they pull them out of houses and stuff, and they got to pull them out in those bloody...
Do you have to use like whale tarps? Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's sad.
Hello, Honey Monster. Thermodynamic-wise, the less fuel you give, the less energy you will get. The body will return the fat for the extra calories, reducing the calorie intake by a third. Leech smuggling. Canada finds man after 47,000, 4,700 carried on a plane. Why Canada? Why?
I was going to say, what is wrong with your country? Other countries smuggle like cocaine. You're smuggling leeches. Bloody hell. No offense, Blind Girl. I know you've got nothing to do with it. But...
A man has been fined 15,000 Canadian dollars for trying to smuggle thousands of leeches in his carry-on luggage in a flight from Russia to Canada. Foreign was detained at Toronto's Pearson Airport last October. Some 4,788 wild live leeches were found in a large reusable grocery bag, Canadian environment officials said. Why would they not stop him from going on the plane?
Yeah,
What
you
is
don't know
there's
whether
a guy.
Wouldn't one of those reusable grocery bags be a bit dry for a leech? I mean, like it or not, they are aquatic creatures.
Maybe the guy eats them or something. I don't know. Maybe that was his meal.
Yummy.
Didn't like the idea of the. Okay. Leeches are intended for medical uses, but regulated to control the wildlife trade. The discovery was made after the dog was working with border agents and smelled the leeches. They were then off the test to determine if they were lawful Environment and Climate Change Canada said in a statement. The leeches are identified as Herbudo verbana, one of the only two trade species in the medicinal leech that come under regulations aimed at controlling wildlife trade. Cutting by a third would trigger starvation mode if done gradually. 5k to 4.5k and so on. Wait, didn't he just smuggle the eggs and hatch them locally? Why didn't he just smuggle the eggs and hatch them locally? He's Russian, he was probably too drunk. Too much vodka, just decided, fuck it.
Put him in a shoe polish can and call him caviar or something.
We all know Russians aren't right in the head, let's be honest.
That is true.
I can kind of confirm.
Hell, if you listen to the news, the Russians aren't right because they won't stay the fuck out of everybody else's elections.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're even meddling in Canada's now, apparently, aren't they?
Yeah.
These species are regulated because over-harvesting of the leeches from the wild is a major threat to the species. All the leeches tested come from the wild. Sebastian Kowist of the Royal Ontario Museum in Toronto told CBC News that surprisingly, all the leeches survived. Mr. Foran, thought to be the first person in Canada to be caught importing the species, was charged with unlawful import of a regulated species. Parasites which drink the blood of humans and animals were one of the first species subject to conservation measures, including exploration restrictions dating back to 1823. Medicinal leech saliva contains blood-thinning properties, which was vital in the first positive results of human dialysis treatments. They are useful. You know, for how secure and protected voting is in America and Canada, I'd risk even attempt to hack us. Unfortunately, says his penis is a medicinal leech. Okay, fair enough.
I love it when people go there. I was just about to type it out, but I might as well say it.
I don't know what to do with that, but okay.
That can be taken many different ways.
Yes, it did.
Ba-dum-bum. Anyway.
I'll prove it. Send me an invite. You will not be getting an invite.
Oh, shit.
If anyone looked out for a medicinal leech, just shoot me in 3 months. My existence is a leech on my parents. Yeah, but King Malik, you're only 17, so yeah. Transgender people are not mentally ill. The WHO agrees.
Oh, they totally are.
What's the WHO? Some type of paper?
World Health Organization.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
I thought they meant the band there for a second. I was like, no.
That's fine.
Band. Yeah.
That's fine. World Health Organization says transgenderism is not a mental illness. Fine. Okay. Every goddamn one of you.
I used to
government-funded transition.
I used to
Suck
do,
it up.
like technical writing work for the WHO here, the local chapter here. And they're kind of SJW, very much so.
King Relic, I'll invite you on if
Yeah,
you get drunk for it. It's your 18th birthday. You should be getting drunk for your 18th birthday.
Oh,
Who's
yeah.
turning 18?
King Relic.
Yeah, but it's no longer mental problems. So therefore, it's perfectly normal. Therefore, they're not entitled to any kind of socialized or any kind
Anything.
of any kind of government assistance program to assist on that transition. So you just cost yourself $100,000 there, Cupcake. Have a good day.
Is that written into it?
Yeah.
Or is
No,
that
but
an
that's it.
ideal thing?
No, but that's the unintended consequence.
Yeah.
It hasn't
I
happened yet, though, so good luck.
Why are you
I feel
excited about your?
I feel like a
Sorry.
double standard is going to win.
I'll just type it in.
Yeah, King Relic, that doesn't stop me drinking when I was under 18.
I just don't understand why Americans get excited about being 18 when they can't drink.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah.
That was the only reason I got excited was because I can now drink and smoke. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
21 was a bigger deal here, honestly.
anyway, the term the World Health Organization used to describe transgender people, gender incongruence, is being moved to the panel's sexual health chapter from its mental health disorders chapter.
Oh, Scotty, do you know why it's a big
What?
deal to turn 18 in the U.S.?
Like,
It's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's a good thing you still got to wait for 21 to drink in the U.S.
Strip
Because you
club.
don't. No, you don't want to have very many into it. Well, depending on the strip club, yeah, but you don't want to have it. You don't want to have too much beer inside your belly when you go to buy your first gun. Hee hee.
Okay. I find that stupid.
Yeah, America,
They-
you can't drink till you're 21, but you can buy a gun when you're 18.
You can be-
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
No,
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Too.
I love
Doesn't
it.
make any sense.
Not to
You can
us,
buy
no,
something that
but
can
to
kill people, but if you want to drink, no. No beer for you. You're old enough for that. You're old enough for something that can kill someone, but not a beer.
Oh,
Are
geez.
you mad? Like, anyway,
We still love you, America. Don't worry.
the World Health Organization legislative body has voted. I'm not going to call them the WHO because that's an insult to
Yep.
a good bar. So,
Agreed.
the new classification is expected to improve the social acceptance among transgender people while still making important health resources available, the UN Health Agency said last year, announcing the intended change.
Good
The
job.
new standard of classification. Thank you. The new standard of classification appears in the 11th provision of the International Statistical Classification of Diseases and Health-Related Problems. Second A is a duty, not a right.
Green Thunder says we might not be able to drink at 18, but at least we have freedom of speech, mate. When you're drunk at 18, you'll say whatever the hell you want. Trust me. That is kind of its own freedom of speech. I think Scotsman understands what I mean by that.
Yep.
Yep.
I've been punched in the face a few times.
Oh shit. Sorry, carry on.
Which was adopted Saturday by the World Health Assembly in Geneva, Switzerland, and will go into effect on the 1st of July 2022. Sorry. The World Health Organization uses gender incongruence to describe people whose identity is different from the gender they were assigned to at birth. How is that not a mental disorder then? That's what it fucking is.
I don't know, mate.
It's not fucking normal to want to be a different gender from the one you're born as. That is a mental illness. Doesn't mean you're fucking bigoted. It doesn't mean you hate them. It just means, this is a mental health problem and it needs help.
Yep.
Right.
Instead of just dismissing it like it's nothing.
Don't they have like a really high suicide attempt rate as well?
Yeah, one
But,
of the
like-
highest for trans men, correct? I mean,
They're
trans
born
women.
this way, guys. Come on now. They're born this way. We can't shame them. They're totally born this way.
Yeah, shit.
Obviously, they're magical people.
Yeah.
All genders are the same, but they must take hormones to be a different gender.
I imagine some of it comes from disassociation as well. I mean, there has to be something that can cause these people to not want to be themselves. I
Well,
think
it's a
it's,
mental illness.
yeah, I think it's very much deeper rooted, and I think we are doing these guys really, really badly by doing this.
Oh, we were doing something really bad.
Yeah, we're doing these guys dirty.
Oh, God, yeah.
Not like that.
Yeah, they mostly suicide, but always regret after 40 years old. Facts. And Chloe agrees.
Chloe was just like, wow, you're talking dirty. I'm out of here.
Who is Healthaway? Who is Healthaway, by the way? I've never seen him before, but they've got a wrench.
Trans agenda. I like what they're saying. They're very well educated, especially
He's been in my chat before.
Oh, okay, I've never seen him before. Okay.
Pigs everywhere. Yeah.
Oink.
Oink, oink.
Yeah, straight Sith male. The 21 smoking age I was reading was like New York, Chicago, a lot of these other municipalities. I will.
Predominantly left leaning. I think Hawaii has done it as well.
Yeah.
Thank you, Green
It doesn't
Thunder, for
feel
showing
like
mine and Blind Girl Streamlabs.
Thanks, dude. Meow. Meow.
Yeah.
Meow.
The phrase was taken out of the mental health disorders because we had a better understanding of what actually a mental health condition, and leaving it there would have was causing stigma. From where exactly? From where?
When you wake up in the morning and say, you know what? I think I'd rather a penis than a vagina. There's something wrong with you. Just
Or
saying.
cutting your penis off and putting a fish there instead, like we talked about the other day.
Or, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Either or.
Well, that operation was initially for a girl who was born without a vagina. I mean, I don't think they intended it to go as far as this. I'm not sure.
Apparently, Hawaii is trying to make the legal smoking age to 65.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, apparently, Darkseid the Bear said him. I haven't seen her for a while.
Nice.
She
Well,
might
I've
be
seen her
streaming on
for-
Twitch. She
I
does a lot of streaming on Twitch. Yeah, she's
I haven't
always
seen
on
her for
Twitch
ages.
streaming. I think she got a ban on here for a while. So,
Why?
Yeah, she came back, and then I haven't seen her for ages.
just I don't know. She must have sworn.
Yeah.
Or did something on one of her streams. I don't know the full
Thank you to
details.
Ninja for that. Yeah, I think I might know what it might be about, but anyway, that's for off-air stuff, not on-air stuff. So, yeah.
Penis.
Yes, penis. Dr. Lale say coordination of the World Health Organization's adolescents and at-risk populations team. What counts as an at-risk population team?
Meow. You want cat?
Said last June. So, in order to reduce the stigma, while also ensuring access to necessary health interventions, this was placed into a different chapter. LGBT groups hailed the move at the time, because of course they did. This resulted in a tremendous effort by trans and gender diverse activists. The fuck is a gender diverse?
An
There's only two.
activist for gender diversity, they stand there with a billboard.
There's only two. It's not really that diverse, is it?
No,
They just stand there with rainbows, man. It's complicated rainbows. All kinds of rainbows.
Rainbows and signs, and then I was capitalism with the Starbucks in their hand, and then I have an iPhone in the other hand. Talk about how capitalism's oppressive. Yeah, I know these kind of people.
Hypocrisy.
Yeah, don't forget the soy milk, the soy vegan milk. You gotta have vegan coffee, guys. Like, come on now.
From around the world to insist on, that was from around. How many of them actually came from like fucking Africa or something? I mean, really, maybe like to insist on our humanity. And I'm elated that the World Health Organization agrees that gender identity is not a mental illness.
Because God forbid we offend some teenagers.
That's even a position, executive director of Transgender Europe.
Ah,
Like I said, God forbid we offend some teenagers.
Actually, I want to see what this person looks like. I want to see if they look exactly like
purple hair, I bet you.
Septum
And
piercing.
Like sewn on cat ears too, or at least.
Yep, look, exactly. I think they would. They actually do.
Yeah.
What
Wait, they
gender?
have cat ears, really?
Right, what gender is this person? Because I have no idea. I cannot tell.
In the picture?
Do
Yeah,
they got the hipster glasses at least?
I don't know.
they've got the long hair. I can't really tell if they're male or female.
Pretty sure it's a male.
Oh,
In the big photo,
Is that a
that's a
man or a
male.
woman?
It's a man. It's a man, mate.
Like,
Is the
Trap.
man pretty? Is he?
No, that's
pretty
not a
man?
trap. Isn't a trap meant to be someone that confuses you? That's not confusing me.
come on,
Is he
people,
pretty?
let's guess the gender of this person. No, they're not pretty.
Let's play guess that gender.
I just want to know how pretty he is. Is he pretty?
No.
I
No.
said this like 5 times. No, he's not.
he's got a pretty mouth.
Oh, there we go.
He's got fucking huge
You
mouth.
sure got
Nothing
boy.
big.
Dirty mouth.
you got a pretty mouth.
There we go.
So far, 2 guesses.
Come on, boy, squeal like a
3 guesses
pig.
for male.
Oh, so
Like, I mean, do you think he has lotiony hands and like foundation on his face so you can't see into blemish? Like, is he pretty? Pretty? Not like pretty as in good to look at. I mean, pretty as in feminine.
Nah, not really.
Blair White really lucked out. I think she's beautiful.
So we got about
Yeah,
5 guesses for men.
She's beautiful. I mean, I didn't know that was even possible. That transformation is incredible. You wouldn't be
We
able
all
to.
do.
I wouldn't be
We all
able
do King Relic. Sorry.
Sorry.
No. Sorry.
Plastic surgery does wonders.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we talked
King
about
Relic
these
says
things
sometimes I
about the
forget
time.
blind girl is actually blind.
Yeah, so do I
Same.
sometimes, man. I
I
do
do
too.
too.
I always do. Take
Everybody
it as a
does.
compliment. It's a compliment, though. I'd take it as a compliment if I was blind.
I think it's just a 24/7 comedy show.
Yeah.
Rickett? Yeah.
I like how Chadwick goes, Trucker, you do that too well. The poo.
That's
Yeah, I'm not sure.
He's gonna get some arm.
I'm not sure whether to say thank you or screw you to that one.
Both.
Imagine what Bear looks like without makeup. It's all Photoshop.
Oh,
Anyway.
this is true. Yeah.
Until a few years ago, removing pathologizing categories affecting trans and gender diverse people from IDC 10 listed mental disorders seemed impossible. Today we know that full depathologization can be achieved and will be achieved in our lifetime. So I don't really see what the fucking hell does it really change? Like, really? It's still a diagnosis, is it not?
It just changes what hole we're using.
It changes what word you're using, really, to offend the little fucking delicate little fee-fees.
And what hole? You got to change what hole that's being used to. It's all about the holes. Transgender is all about the goddamn hole.
The International Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Trans, and Intersex Association said last week in a statement, Earth is now the group's program director. The World Health Organization does not expect the IDC to change to affect transgender people's need for healthcare, but by reducing social stigmas. Or people might be encouraged to seek treatment, say said last year. No, they won't, because they'll think nothing's wrong with them.
Yeah.
You think nothing's wrong with you, you're not going to seek treatment, are you?
No, you're not.
And nobody's going to look for a method to fix these people either because there's nothing wrong with them. So why search for anything to help them?
Yep.
Yeah, belly button is above the hips on a man.
Like people always say, if you're 21, you want to do it, fair enough. But don't give children hormone blockers
No.
and things like that. Yeah. That's a totally different thing.
I don't give a
Yeah,
fuck if
sure.
it Arnold does it.
Yeah.
I still wouldn't really get behind self-mutilation even though you have a right to do it.
If they
I'm-
want to do it,
I'm-
let them, but don't do it in that 13.
If they want to
12,
do it, let
whatever.
them, but I'm not going to cheer for them. Like, self-mutilation, I'm going to frown at that every time.
No, if the guy wants to chop his own dick off, just let him. To be honest.
Well,
It
if he
still
literally wants
should
to
be
do it,
frowned upon.
if he
generally
wants to do
frowned
it himself,
upon.
like
Well, you're a
if he
bigot.
wants to do it
You
himself,
are.
like lay it across a block and take a meat cleaver to it himself, have fun. Go ahead.
You're a bigot. I'm offended by your opinions, boy and girl. You offend me.
That's fine. You know, you stay offended. It'll just make for angry sex later. But seriously,
Ooh,
self-mutilation
angry
should be
sex.
generally frowned upon.
And please, unpopular opinion, I'm very sorry. If you're joining the military, like, the thing with transitioning and joining the military, right? You got to think of all the downtime that this person is going to have. And the government and the military are going to pay for these corrective quote unquote surgeries, because they do pay for your eye surgery. They do, you can get breast implants in the military. But the thing with this is, if you have somebody coming in, they want to transgender, they want to switch genders, they only have a 4-year contract. All of those 4 years are going to be spent transitioning and not, fighting the mission. So not only is that like an abuse of the money spent, but it's also like an abuse of the benefits that you can receive.
Yep.
And I don't think a lot of people realize this. And, I'm sorry if you think I'm a bigot for saying this, but it's not correct.
No, and Trump tried to cut that shit out, and everybody was like, so,
I think
yeah.
when it comes to the military, and there's a guy who says he wants to be a woman, fine. That being the case, you walk him into a room, with the butcher's block on it, hand him the meat cleaver, and say, prove it. There better be 2 pieces in you when you come back, or when we come back. Walk outside, and if he doesn't do it, you ain't getting it.
Anyway, trans folk in Hollywood aren't usually obese. Angelina Brittany. Diarrhea. No ECAF salt. There is no diarrhea yet.
What the fuck are we talking about diarrhea for? What the hell is wrong with you people?
I don't know. They watch this stream. There must be several things wrong with them.
Right? Dementia for all ages.
It's Mandy's alter ego.
Sounds like a way to dodge bullets. The battlefield is stressful enough. You don't need such an inner conflict. Well said.
If Trump really wanted to stop that, he should have said we should get more funding for it, and I would have said hell no, and then would have got rid of it. Trust me.
The thing is, they're already lacking things out in the field because of cuts and, misappropriation of funds and things like that. If we start spending money on this, it's going to further hurt us as a whole.
Yep.
And what it's going to be, it's just going to be, okay, people joining, they transition, and then they get out, and that's it. And then they receive their benefits, and then they have literally done nothing. Nothing.
Yep. Agreed.
In its new description, the gender incurrence, the World Health Organization said, gender variant behavior and preferences alone are not basis for diagnosing someone's mental health. Oh, they fucking should be. If you're a man who wants to chop off his own dick, right, there's something wrong with you, clearly.
Yes, there is. I woke up this morning and went, these nipples, they don't really suit me. I think I'll chop them off along with my, other orifices. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm perfectly sane.
Yes, you weren't saying it to begin with.
Fair enough.
No one here saying.
Well,
that's fine.
Well, you know what? I'm kind of. Part of me wants to say that some of these selectively choose a couple of these people that want to go into the military and transition from male to women, just so they can get all wait for the actual surgery part, but load them up with full of the hormones, let them grow their own breasts, grow their hair out, all that, make them wait until they're nice, pretty traps, and stick them right in front of Joe Biden.
Oh yeah.
Make the trans women become nurses on the battlefield. Real Florence Nightingales. The only reason I would join the military is because it's for the educational benefits. Yeah, but on the other hand, I don't think I could physically or mentally. Fair enough. It's not for everyone. This is not the first time the ICD has changed classification related to sexuality. In 1990, they declared that sexual orientation alone should not be regarded as a disorder. Well, that depends. I mean, if you want to fuck furniture, for example, then I would count that as a mental health disorder. Yeah, just don't rape the couch, people. Just don't rape the couch.
Leave the pipes alone as well. Don't do the pipes.
Yeah, Yeah.
And the bags.
No, Scotty, you're supposed to have sex on the bed, not with the bed.
Exactly. Yeah, supposed to have sex with you on the bed. Yeah.
What are these convenient little holes in the mattress?
Somebody must be fucking it really hard.
Why is it
Yes.
sticky?
Lots of reasons.
Isn't the mattress supposed to give when you lay on it?
Why is the white stuff on the pipe?
Yes,
Why did my
Scotty,
mattress turn into a
Right.
gel mat? Like,
it's no longer a bed anymore.
my blanket's a gel blanket. What the fuck, Scotty?
It's a kilt now.
Just cream filling in that furniture. Goddamn.
I just bought this cat.
Cream pie.
Just fucking market his territory
Honey-
everywhere.
Honey, what happened? I just bought this Casper mattress. Why is it
I
acting
just-
like it's a waterbed?
I
Yeah,
skied my
that's-
territory.
My thoughts exactly. My poor cat.
Honey, is the mattress supposed to squish when you sit on it?
Besides acting as a foundation for global health statistics and trends, the ICD proves the standard for research and clinical purposes and helps in reporting and defining diseases and disorders and other health conditions. It also captures factors including health, on external causes of mobility and morbidity.
Morbidity.
Finding a holistic look at every aspect of life that can affect the health, they said in the statement. Well, you go fuck yourselves. Good day for you.
Yeah, that reminds me. Has anyone seen that new Gillette Edge yet?
Yeah.
Yes.
Go woke, go broke. Yeah, pretty much.
Mm.
You know one that's been out for a few months.
Nah, there's another one now.
No,
It's
there's
like
a new one.
A dad's teaching his son how to shave, but it's actually a trans son.
It's
Like
his
girl
daughter who is a
transitions.
son.
Yeah.
Did they not learn from the last time?
No, obviously not.
I think they're just doubling down. They're just gonna go for it now.
They always double down, though, don't they?
Yeah.
They always
Like
double
you've been
down.
fun of shilling mine and flying Ghost Team Labs again. Good luck,
Yay.
we like you. You sound less enthusiastic.
Oh, dude, man, so enthusiastic. Woo! Yay.
Raging Knife Man storms school bus and murders a little girl and a man while screaming, "I will kill you," before killing himself in Japan during Trump's visit.
Oh man.
Cryptic!
I'm pretty sure
What's
Cryptic
it?
supports.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say a cryptic would. Okay.
Girl, cryptic.
You
Why?
just blame every Asian Cryptic, do you?
Yes.
Why?
Yeah, Rampage Knife Man stormed the school bus, murdering a 12-year-old girl and a man while screaming, "I will kill you," before slitting his own throat in Japan.
Jesus.
The attacker slashed 18 commuters, mostly primary school girls, before turning the blade on himself. At rush hour, Tuesday morning in Kawashi.
Fucking
Why primary school girls though? I don't understand what the
girl.
was it like. Okay, I'll be quiet. I guess we'll read about it.
What am I this Trump visit? Because
Movies.
what would this have to do with Trump?
I don't know. Because he was the first president, I think, to visit Japan's emperor in a very long time.
Yeah,
And
why
what
would he?
Go ahead.
Were the school girls on their way to meet Trump or something, or like why were they?
I don't know.
Because every bad thing that's happened is because of Trump.
You know, I don't get it. It just seems bizarre correlation.
It is an odd correlation, isn't it?
Unless they're on their way to meet Trump, which they may have been. I don't know.
You got to be dedicated to slit your own throat, man. You got to be pretty fucking dedicated or high out of your goddamn mind.
Or just completely fucking insane.
That too.
Kawashi Metsuta, Deputy Director of Nippon Medical School, Numasaki Kurushi Kosuki Foreign Hospital, told reporters that the 12-year-old girl and 39-year-old man had succumbed to their injuries. Well, rest F. Rest F, everyone.
I can't reach my phone.
Or you're too lazy to reach your phone?
That too.
Are you not on your phone?
Yeah, I'm on my phone, but I'm using my Bluetooth, and the phone's like on one side of the bed and uncomfortably on the other.
At least you didn't drop yours in water.
Yeah,
Okay.
true.
No stream tonight then.
Oh no, there will be a stream tonight. There will be. I do have it all queued up on my computer. I'm just lazily lounging in my bed,
Okay.
and it's glorious.
I can imagine. Police have confirmed the suspect is believed to be in his 40s or 50s, died from self-inflicting wounds. A bus driver who witnessed the incident told officials the perpetrator had been holding a knife in each hand when he walked over to the bus stop and began cutting the children. The bloodshed came as Donald Trump visited the state. Wrapped up a state visit to Japan. Well, what does this have to do with Trump? This has nothing to do with Trump. Why is his name being in there?
Because
It
it's Trump.
shouldn't be. They shouldn't be
Trump,
politicizing these things.
Just because Trump was there doesn't mean this man would have done it either way, probably.
Yeah.
He's a lunatic.
Was the man Japanese?
I assume so
sorry.
if it was Japan.
If that sounds bigoted, but I'm just
I assume if it was Japan, he probably was Japanese.
okay.
Yeah, they're not.
I
They
mean-
don't really have many foreigners over there.
Yeah, Japan's like 99.9% Japanese, so
Okay. They're pretty strict about that then.
yeah. The bloodshed came as Donald Trump wrapped up a state visit to Japan. And the US president offered his prayers and sympathy to the victims as he met troops outside Tokyo. Standing aboard a Japanese naval destroyer, he said, "All Americans stand with the people of Japan and grieve for the victims and their families." I want to go to Japan, but nobody speaks with subtitles on.
Good one.
It's a very harrowing case. I feel strong anger. Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. That was pronounced Abe. But that was pronounced Abe, but I'm just going to pronounce it Abe because it felt like Abe. Said in television, I offer my heartfelt condolences to the victims and hope the injured recover quickly. Another witness told NHK the attacker was
You
attempting to
have
force
3
his way
hours
onto
and
the school
53
bus.
minutes of remaining drive time.
Good. Now shut up.
I say the same thing to that thing every time.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It must be annoying often, huh? Even the fucking machines don't want me to read the news on this fucking stream. It's hard to describe what it's like. How it sounded. It wasn't girls having fun. It sounded like it was absolutely. It was a sound that was absolutely not normal. He told AFP. Well, clearly.
Yeah.
What's so funny?
Just the squeakiness as you're trying to read stuff. It was adorable.
It was so adorable.
Blind girls,
Okay.
she appreciates the cute little things.
I do like when he says that's so adorable. That is so much better than when I say it.
It's just a more exaggerated way of the way you say it.
Yeah, but it's the manly voice that makes it awesome.
Yeah, it's my adorable. So the way I say that's so adorable. You guys all uplift me every day, regardless of the shit world. Thanks. That's wholesome. Wholesome. Very wholesome there, Kevon.
Yeah, a bit too serious for us, isn't it?
Yeah, my bad. I said I was in my fifis.
Aww.
We said you're far too nice to be hanging out with people like us, though. But
Nah.
Yeah.
yeah, nicest person on the internet. So.
Aw.
I saw a man lying on the street. I saw a girl hunched over the ground. There were also 5 or 6 girls. Maybe they're the ones who screamed. There was blood all over them. I just realized we're way too happy for reading this fucking story like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. How else will we deal with it?
It's like occurred on a busy early morning as commuters headed to work to their offices and children to school. Fire department said They received emergency calls shortly before 8 a.m. local time. The scene of the attack was still swarming with emergency personnel hours later, with 3 police vans parked around the spot to block them from the view. Emergency workers 7 orders medical tent to treat the wounded, and ambulance fire engines were parked nearby. So it's still pictures. Anyway, yeah, the guy's a fucking scumbag. Fuck that
Yeah,
guy.
that's
While he's there,
Fuck
God.
that guy.
they
Yeah,
should resurrect him, gas him again, fucking rape him, then gas him again.
bring him
Stab
back
him.
to life and then
Stab
do it.
him in the anus.
My brother's been to Japan twice for skiing trips. Again, it's like an amazing country, beautiful people. But
Fucking-
once in a while, you always hear about a story in Japan, someone going batshit crazy like this.
I knew it was cryptic.
And it's like, there's one a couple of years ago, the one on the bus, he killed all these children on the bus, and they couldn't do anything about it. Yeah,
I'll
crazy,
fucking
man.
find you cryptic and I'll stab you right in the gonads.
That is exactly what I've heard, Tom. Everybody that I know over here that has either lived in Japan or visited thinks it's like an amazing place.
Yeah. Very polite, very, it's just the way they're brought up, you know what I mean? Like, very polite.
Yeah, it's very clean as well.
Yeah.
The thing is, as well, like I've seen some of that like fish, like in the water. It's like fish just going for like the streets in the water and stuff. Over that, you wouldn't have that here. We've had a day full of piss and shit and alcohol and whatever else. And some fucking crackhead would have tried to eat the fish or something, you know.
Pretty much, yeah. Be there with his
We're not-
barbecue. Be there with his barbecue or something. Fucking hell.
This is why we can't have nice things. You know, they just can't have nice things anymore. I found an article. Here's a man who called from Mandy. Which means you know it's going to be degenerate as fuck.
Where is she, by the way? Is she asleep?
I don't know. No, I do not.
Honey monster.
You can scare Japanese people by showing them a penis. They only use tiny penises. Nips don't die of heart disease either. They salt liver. I did that to a Japanese girl once. She died of fright. NS defibrillator says company was right to fire. Uniform member masturbating on the job.
Nice.
Oh,
I like how it's got the toilet roll there.
Yeah, that guy must have used a lot of toilet paper. Holy fuck.
yeah. I was thinking, we go through an awful lot of toilet paper here.
Like, I could only use like a roll, but it'll still be there.
If you're gonna wank in the bathroom at work, at least be quiet about it.
I'm pretty sure he's like, the juice!
I'm sure he's not the only one who has ever done this. Just people
Nah,
are
he's not.
quieter.
He's not the best of us about a wank at work at least once, but
You know, I never wanked at work, but I always thought of it though.
Inside voice, mate. Inside voice.
I always thought of it though.
yeah, it's just. Thing is, it has to be like it has to be when no one else is around. It has to be like when it's quite quiet. Like if it was busy, you wouldn't get away with that.
I'm pretty sure I would.
Amanda told the employee they were complaints about noises in the bathroom, such as heavy breathing, making erratic movements, and moaning.
Heavy breathing.
I like the heavy breathing part, yeah.
Gee, fucking hell, man. That would cut my attention.
Yeah.
Just like,
I'd be scared to ask, like, are you okay?
Way to work,
I'm like,
Scotty.
are you dying?
I'm nearly finished. Don't worry. I'll be out in a sec.
A company is justified in firing a unionized employee for masturbating in the bathroom. Stall at work. A Labour defibrillator in Nova Scotia has ruled.
Well, at least he was on
So
the job.
it was in Canada, of all places.
You know what? In Nova Scotia, you know what? Yep. I feel like I understand the guy
The
now.
part of Canada that's named after Scotland, nonetheless, which is
You know,
Never saw the Newfies. I know why they would do it.
at least he excused himself to the bathroom. It's not like he whipped it out in front of his boss.
exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
He was polite about it somewhat.
He's got
I
manners.
Probably
Come
he's
on.
like around all the Newfies all day.
He
Like,
probably did it. He probably did it after he
Harassment.
was in the stall.
He did it because of the Newfies. It's all the Newfies' fault.
How is it when it's in fucking Nova Scotia?
Because they're right beside the Newfies and like collateral damage all the way.
Yeah, but aren't they on a different island? They're not Newfoundland.
They're like right. They're right beside each other. You can walk across a bridge to get to the other island. It's like
It's still an island.
yeah. Trust me. The Newfies just infest everything with their Newfie-ish things.
They
Their Newfisms.
included that the employer, an aerospace firm, fucking cat just walked in.
Meow.
That the employer, an aerospace firm, operating hangars at the Halifax airport.
Aww, Scotty's kitty.
Hello, Scotty's kitty. Meow, meow, meow.
Yeah, I don't know why she's fucking meowing.
Because she loves you.
No, anyway. An aerospace
Does
firm.
your cat at least have a name?
Yes.
What's your cat's name?
Also,
Really?
What was it? Missy?
Miffy.
Ah.
Miffo.
oh, that was methane.
I just call her cat most of the time. I just call her cat.
Well, cat is meowing and apparently is calling Chloe. Hi, Chloe.
Oh, fucking hell.
Hello.
Cats talking to each other now. Right,
The pussy stream.
this airport kid terminated the employee because his colleagues could hear what he was doing. It caused embarrassment and distress in the workplace. The employee had been warned about his behavior 2 years earlier. That's not the first time he got caught.
So it was like multiple times he got caught.
Don't you fucking dare knock my fucking mic over, cunt.
Fucking maritimer.
I'm sorry, but it's too addicted.
There is actually a thing called persistent genital arousal disorder. And a woman actually receives disability for this. I heard about this a couple
Give me
years
2
ago.
seconds.
Like they can't stop orgasming. Like it's like a thing. I don't think that's what this guy suffers from, but
So it's like non-jerking off. Where you just
I'm not
skeet all
sure.
over the place. Like a hose.
Right, there we go. So to fucking carry the cat out of the room. Right. Well, the cat left us on the cord, actually.
Pretty understanding boss, though. I've heard of bosses like saying this is your last chance of being late. But imagine your boss go, all right, it's the third warning. You can't jerk off at work no more, people, right? That's a pretty understanding boss. Come on.
Myth means, speaking about toilets, have you seen the stream that Monkey has done? Basically, hours of work to stream time about a Japanese toilet. Myth means to some sort of smell in a bad way in Scots and Irish. You have no idea how hard it is for me to type in the chat. I was like, orgasm repeatedly. Well, I've worked in medical. I understand health aware. This is why I love you being here. I can learn from you. So taking a shit and screaming like your colon is falling out, that's okay. Wanking and grunting not allowed. Yeah, I guess, because I mean, a shit would make a worse smell, wouldn't it? I
what
guess
if you're
I can get.
eating and wanking at the same time with those noises?
Well, and he's efficient then, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Get 2 things out at once.
Yeah, he can multitask, jerking off and work at the same
He's
time.
working smarter, not harder.
Mhm. He's like, I'm doing it, boss. I'm just trying to get my load while working.
So if he's taking a dump and masturbating at the same time, does that mean he doesn't know whether he's coming or going?
Oh shit, that's a good one.
That's a
Maybe
Peter joke.
Ah, I see what you did there, Peter.
The employee and Unifor, his union, tried various unsuccessful arguments in their grievance, including that you had a disability of sex addiction.
Oh, so Maria was right.
Oh, come on, that's not a thing, surely.
Not for
Actually.
him. Not for him. Just this one particular woman had this disorder where she was like orgasming up to 100 times a day, but she couldn't help it. It was like something in her mind.
Over
Not this in
9,000.
particular, but
Actually,
know
there
this.
is. Actually, I do remember hearing when I was studying when I was in university studying law, there was actually a guy who there was a case of a guy who he kept yanking one out. Problem was, half the time he didn't even realize he was doing it.
Oh wow.
So it is actually a thing, but
Kitty, my goldfish. No, Kitty, my goldfish.
Okay, it's my goldfish.
Pretty much, like, fuck you, Kitty.
Okay. He'll at least find me out at me a few times and left. Played Olive or something. Well, if you can do both, you're talented, and you should be doing that shit on Twitch, not an office job. Sex addiction good enough for David. That should be good enough for me. I had to take meds because I was a teenager. Well, the beat was out of control, and yeah. They also argued that he had not been properly warned because managers were too embarrassed to directly tell him that the complaints were about and instead spoke in euphemisms about unusual noises. Surely he'd know that wanking at work would frowned upon at least. How could you not know? What a wanker. He is indeed a wanker, yeah. For privacy reasons, the employee is not named in the ruling, which came down last week and is publicly posted on an online legal database. Oh, fuck. Lena just died. Hello?
No, you're there.
we're still here.
Still here.
I'm just listening.
Still here.
That's just because that's just what happens when when I sound like someone muting themselves or whatever, I usually think my internet died, so
Yeah, that happens to be a lot.
Same.
it appears to be the first Canadian Labour case on the subject.
But,
Neither the company nor the union's representative have been able to find any case dealing with masturbation in the workplace, the ruling said. There's an experience with mice that shows that male mouse will shag himself to death when a new female is introduced. I guess there's worse ways to go out.
Yeah, for
At
sure.
least
It
that's
wouldn't
the
be the
better
worst
way.
way to go out either.
That's the better way to die.
Guy's a wanker.
Ah,
No, blind girl, no. No.
No.
Oh, that's cute, blind girl.
Dicks for chicks. Jesus. Oh.
How could that be? Like failing to read the news porn of this shit. Amateur Gus Richards was asked to decide whether the act of loudly masturbating in a stall justified discipline or termination, and asked whether a bathroom stall was a sufficiently private place.
No, not when other people share it. Damn.
Exactly. Holy fuck. People can like look under the stalls, you know.
What? Yeah, Scotty is a he. I thought he was some gruff.
He totally is a penis.
He's a Scottish penis.
I have a penis. I have very much of a penis. Have you not seen my face functional? I've shown my face many times.
He looks like a bagpipe, that's all I can tell you.
All Scottish women sound like this, do they?
No.
Well, functional. This will be a new experience for you. There you go, functional.
Hey, not singing yet. Like, wait, when did Blind Girl become a lesbian?
Ever since Scotty came
Oh my god, I'm eating. Well, you're not eating anymore, are you? You're not eating anymore after seeing my face. If he loves me, he
Well,
will drop.
maybe he's eating more vigorously.
He'll drop it in rock and make his way to Canada, right? What? What do you mean by that?
Oh. You know, dropping rock.
The Dicks for Chicks comment above.
On this point,
Scotty, you don't have to go to college to be a stripper.
Or tranny.
Yeah, but you're the woman. You're better looking than I am. Therefore, you could.
Not unless she has a dick.
Stripping's not that hard. You just have to stand around. You have to stand, dance around. You know. And I'm pretty sure some people will give the blind person more money, wouldn't they?
No,
Would they not?
no, probably not.
You think they would?
Actually, male stripper in the U.S. male stripper, or I can't attest for Canada, but in the U.S. male strippers actually make a lot more money than female ones do.
Yes, they do. I went to a male strip club for my friend's bachelorette down here, and some of these women were paying $500 for lap dances. I am not joking. They had these,
women.
yeah.
Good.
No, I was saying they had these dudes like do this sort of erotic dances, and then the women bid on whichever guy they like to give them a lap dance, and one of them was like starting at like $400. I don't know how.
So men are good at stripping too, huh?
Well,
Scottish guy doing burlesque
down
stuff,
here.
make and shake it.
When I was much younger in DC, I worked as a.
Gay porn pays well. Well, there's a reason why it pays well.
Yeah.
Really?
We'll say I worked as an unruly person ejector.
Yeah.
I don't like use the word bouncer, but I worked at a nightclub in DC that was a strip club, and this club actually had men and women both dancing in it. The funny part is the women would be walking out holding wads of $1, $5, $10 bills. The men would be walking out holding 50s and 100s. So
Yeah, Scotty.
for
whatever that's worth.
Why'd you want me to become a stripper all of a sudden?
I don't know, because it would help you come over here faster.
How can you strip if you're blind?
No, it's not that they're cheap, Chadwick. They've just got so much more options. That's all it is. Way more female strippers than male strippers. That's why.
Exactly. Scotty doesn't have as much competition. It would totally work.
Just start working on your dirking skills now.
You don't know what I look like, so therefore you
don't even have to tip her because you can't see the money anyway. So,
but that could
actually
be
I realized one of the biggest tricks in strip clubs with males. We'll be honest about this, Scotty. The men that make the most money at these strip clubs are the ones that are able to fill up a hot dog bun. We'll just say that.
Hot dogs.
Okay. No.
Yeah, health aware. I would be very upset if my husband or boyfriend or whoever spent like $500 on a lap dance. I mean, I can see 100 at the most, whatever they want to do, but 500 and above, I would be upset.
That's the point. I mean,
just because of the money. It's not even the lap dance; it's the money.
What's the point in paying a lot of money when you can just look at them and not touch them? I mean, what's the point?
If I go to a damn strip club with a woman dancing, and she ends up with $100, there better be more just looking.
Yeah, exactly.
Better be like,
yeah, bloody hell, man. Yeah.
Arresting.
But he's wasting money. Anyway.
I mean, I dumped $500. I better be sitting there a month later hoping she didn't get pregnant.
Anyway, back to the story. On this point, I accept there's nothing illegal about masturbation here. So the problem is the employee violated the policy in the sense of personal decorum of his co-workers and ignored warnings to stop. So there was a policy about wanking in the toilets then, wasn't there?
Never heard of that.
No, they don't. I ain't fucking no fucking stinking fucking French cunt.
Jeez, man, fuck.
Yeah, don't bring up French to the British.
And I thought my stream was a bit controversial.
What? I don't like the French. It's okay. I hate the French.
You don't have to like the French, but you know what? The French strippers out in Gatineau, man, they hot.
I'm allowed to hate the French. I'm allowed to hate the Germans, the English. I think that's about it.
I don't like the Caribbeans.
No, I think the Wales. I don't think you're allowed to hate the Wales so much as the English, the French, and the.
I hate the Caribbeans and the Antiguans.
You just call me jock, Alpha Aware. That's racism.
Maybe I'm old fashioned, but do you know what I like? Do you know what I like to watch stripping? My wife. Do you know what else? I know nothing else. Maybe I'm old fashioned that way.
You afraid she's watching the stream or something?
No.
Okay.
I know she's not watching the stream.
And anyway, the French people you'll show me are fucking Canadian French.
Yeah.
So the absolute fucking lowest of the low, the worst kind of fucking French.
Hello, French viewers.
Yes, get to know fake French.
French.
But they know how to take it off.
Hey, do they actually hide their lunches in their hats?
I have no clue.
Yeah, I guess in this size is like fucking extra meat or something to do.
Wait, hide their lunches in their hats. How would she know? They're hidden. Their lunch is hidden that way. Duh.
Yeah, $10 on my Streamlabs and do a hangout where you can watch me shower.
Amazing, Green. I'll be there.
Oh, that would be amazing! Yes, give Scotty $10 so he can shower on stream.
It's got to be at least fucking 500 for that. 500.
Wow, damn.
Okay.
I mean,
Opinionated
maybe 50,
Scotsman,
wow.
verified thought.
I said there was I think I remember rightly. Ninja told me to I think someone told me lift my share up, take my share off on stream, and I said I would do it if I got $100 or £100. I'm still waiting for that offer. No one's done it yet.
Lots of lonely military wives down here. I'm sure you could get that.
Yeah, there you go,
wants to see
Scotty.
that. Nobody wants to see that, but nobody will pay the $100 for it.
I would see I'm just broke. Very broke.
Well, you can get it for free, I'll tell you that. I'm doing shit like that for free. You want that shit, you gotta pay for it.
Right on.
Blind Girl gets it for free, but she can't see it anyway.
Of course.
Yeah, so it wouldn't matter anyway. So yeah.
Functional. Okay, I'm back. Had to wank it in the loo after seeing Scotty. What did I miss?
Very functional.
You missed him in the shower, mate. You should have waited.
Oh, y'all both could have had to go to Scottish shower together.
Oh my god. Right.
Wait, so Scotty said I get it for free. So here's what's gonna happen. I'll be like, Scotty, take a shower for me, and then I'll secretly sneak everybody a link.
Take a go to
there
the
we go.
shower.
Yeah, but the point
You guys could totally make it rain on each other.
Oh yeah, especially blind girl.
we wouldn't even need water.
I'm too blind for this.
Hey, it's a possibility that you can still do it though.
Not very
I'm talented, but
efficiently.
not that.
Just make sure Scotty doesn't land on you hard.
Hey, you ever notice when Mandy gives us those stories, she never rocks up? It's like she's does it on purpose.
Yeah, she knows it's going to completely derail the stream.
Yeah.
That's Mandy for you.
I gotta give it to you, Mandy. You made this awesome. We couldn't have talked about penis without you.
Tornado watch issued for New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania,
Jersey, yeah.
West Virginia after Chester's touchdown in the Midwest, killing one and injuring 130. Well, every county in Oklahoma is currently under a state of emergency.
It's not. Tornadoes warnings are not. I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to say there's never been tornadoes in through there, but there have been more than they want to admit.
Being from Dayton, Ohio, I actually went through this last night. I found out about the tornadoes this morning. My family is safe, thankfully. I spoke with my father. He said, he said that they have a boil water alert because everything's shut down. There's no water, no electricity. Everything's barricaded. It looks like seriously World War III. They had like 8 tornadoes in some areas. So yeah, but that's my area was not the only one where this happened to.
Good thing you're safe.
Hello, Big Joe. First tornado watch of the day has been issued. The National Weather Service tweeted Tuesday morning. It spots New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia until 10 p.m. EDT.
Eastern Daylight Time.
The Weather Service urged to the public to get things in order now. just in case a tornado warning is issued later in the day. How do golden showers differ from regular showers?
I think they're
Often been
pee
short today.
showers.
I don't know. Why don't we ask the Cleveland Steamer about that?
Well, maybe Peter and Brett are that degenerate, but we're not. Me and Blaine go on anyway.
With all the damage, though, and considering all the clips, if you guys want to see them, they repeat the tornadoes. It's really fascinating. I'm very thankful. I mean, unfortunately, one person died, but fortunately, one person died.
That's not very alarming.
Well, fortunately and unfortunately at the same time.
Yeah.
It was just one, but still someone died. So.
No, I mean, it's the area is devastated. I mean, sorry, guys.
The weather service is urged public to get things in order now, just in case a tornado warning is issued later in the day. Meanwhile, Oklahoma Department of Emergency Management released a state map that shows all 77 counties in the state are under the state emergency declaration, flooding, tornadoes, and severe storms. Ohio officials said earlier on Tuesday that several rapid-fire tornadoes left 5 million people without fire in the state without power in the state alone. I'll have you know I'm not that degenerate. Well, I've seen you're not safe for work. I would disagree, but authorities have mostly confirmed a death in Salina, Ohio, 75 miles northwest of Dayton. Salina Mayor Jeffrey Hazel said the 81-year-old Melvin Dale Hanna died when a Chevrolet wagon was blown into the house while he was sleeping.
Oh, wow. No way.
Looking at that, it's lucky only one person died. Like, fucking
But look, this is the way he went, though. Like, he's sleeping in his bed and a car runs into him. What a wait. Oh, damn.
Yeah, like, that must be fucking horrifying. You just, like... I think it's like, looking at that, look at the way it's lucky only one person died.
As I said to Cuban, I'm so lucky we don't get them down in Australia, man, those tornadoes.
Oh,
Like, fucking look at that. Lucky only one person died from all this.
Yeah, it's bad. They actually have the snow plows. Please stop, guys. They actually have the snow plows, getting all the debris and all the damage up. That's how crazy it is over there.
Bloody hell.
I don't know what it is.
I mean, sorry.
So I can't make a judgment either way. At least he died in his sleep. Geoengineering ongoing. Lane vomit sauces and chucker for the JHC in my not safe for work section. I post nothing but good, wholesome, big to eat babes. Yeah, I keep thinking that. Fucking hell.
Vomit is pretty bad, though. I'll give him credit for that. Vomit does get a bit bad.
Hannah's next door neighbor, Wendy Snapkis.
Born.
Said she watched on as the vessel was picked up by the tornado, flew over her house, and crashed to the back half of Hannah's home. Recently widowed Hannah lived alone, and his body was dispatched in his bedroom, described as an incredible father and an incredible man. Authorities said the most severe damage was reported in Salina. Hazel said there are areas that truly look like a war zone. In the city of just some 10,000 people. So really, it's a small town, not a city, then, kind of thing. One official said EF3 tornado. It's Salina with the speed still being surveyed. Salina fire chief said, Douglas Walters said, fuck it, I didn't think he stopped smoking though. Don't tell anyone watching this, don't smoke, it's bad for you. As many as 90 homes have been damaged by the tornadoes. They pounded through the region. Waters estimates that 40 of the homes have been significantly damaged and some are knocked off their foundations. Most people are staying with family and friends, but some went to shelter in a nearby cold water. Dayton area has been reported at least 64 times since the wave of severe storms swept through. Weather experts said 52 tornadoes were reported across the 8 nights overnight. And residents of Idaho, Colorado, Nebraska, Minnesota, Indianapolis, Indiana, and Iowa, and Ohio. Still not in the clear as severe weather is forecast to continue through Tuesday and into Wednesday. Tally of storm reports posted online by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration Storm Prevention Center shows the 14 suspended tornadoes touched down in Indiana, 10 in Colorado, and 9 in Ohio. How come? Don't locate your bedroom on the ground floor. That's the moral of the story. Don't make the small-titted babes get upset. They're not getting equal time. If you live, Big Joe, you must be pretty big if you live in all those parts. There's 6 different states. How come when folk die, they never say he was right? He was a right bastard. They never do they? Even like serial killers, there's serial killer systems, so they always say he was a very quiet and kind person. They can't have been that kind if he killed like 6 people or something, you know. Thunderstorms that spun off Colorado's tornadoes dropped hail as large tennis balls with pea-sized hail reported in the Denver area. Nebraska was hit with more than 2 inches in diameter. Dozens of drivers pulled off.
Wait,
with broken windshields.
Wait, did you just say this is happening in the Denver area as well?
Yep.
Has anybody seen From Cryptic today?
No.
I did sing quickly on Bloodwings stream.
Okay.
Yeah. He was in there for like, I think it was Bloodwings, yeah. Quickly.
He also travels a lot as well. He also travels a lot as well, though.
Yeah, but I was going to say, last I heard, he was in Ohio, so that's out of the frying pan into the fire in that case.
Yeah, I'm sure it'd be fine. I'm sure he's dealt with this kind of shit before.
Oh, yeah, but that doesn't make you immune.
Yeah.
Even if they give you warnings, they just come out of nowhere, don't they? It's like
some people were saying they didn't receive any warning. They had no time for sirens.
Yeah.
The problem is a lot of times people are so used to hearing police sirens and fire trucks and all that stuff around their home. They hear one of these. They hear the tornado warnings going off and the sirens going on for tornadoes, and they just ignore it because it's just another siren.
And what has to be understood is this particular area is rural. I don't want to say poor, but poor middle class. You know, they don't have a lot of the infrastructure you see in big.
Yeah, well, it's not the most affluent of areas, and
yeah.
People also have that mentality. It's like it's never going to happen to me either.
Well, it's very lucky only one person died. Look at that.
Absolutely.
So is that whole path? Is that the part that's called Tornado Valley, where all those states is? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
No, Tornado Alley is more southern. That's
okay. Yeah.
Help me out here. Cuban, Kentucky, Alabama. Do they ever go far as down as Mississippi?
Let me see here.
Anyway,
Tornado Alley, why not build stronger houses?
Because believe it or not, when it comes to tornadoes, you want your house to be flexible. You do not want it to be absolutely solid. The more solid your house is, the more damage you can actually receive.
All right, it's Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, Missouri, Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, and Western Ohio. Tornado Alley. There's a suburb called Xenia, close to Dayton, that was completely obliterated in 74, I want to say, 74 or 2000. So the area is like used to it, but not used to it, you know?
Yeah.
It's a point to have your phone linked to automated warning system. Look at America, false flags abound. We get them in Michigan, but not that bad. It's usually the roofs that gets struck off. The structure is mostly intact. Why would anyone Why would anyone live in Tornado Alley? And
Some people, some people can't afford to move, you know.
Yeah,
and then
they're born there. A lot of people where a lot of people where they're born, they just end up living their whole life there as well.
Absolutely.
Well, the thing is, especially when it comes to the U.S., no matter where you live, there's some sort of geographic danger of just about anywhere where you live. I mean, you put it take this way.
I was gonna
Cuban
say,
Cuban and I live about 200 miles apart, and say Cuban is much closer to the coast than I am, so she is much more susceptible to hurricanes.
Hurricanes, yeah.
But then you go inland about 200 miles where I am. Sure, I'm right on the damn foothills. There's a lot of flooding when a thunderstorm comes by. There's a lot of flooding that happens through here. We're actually more at risk of a tornado than she is at being at risk of hurricanes. But then, thanks to 2011, we were reminded that we're actually fucking at risk of a goddamn earthquake in Virginia.
Mm.
only caught the hurricane. They only caught like the half of the hurricane, not like the eye. Because if we caught the eye in Florida, Hurricane Irma would have killed us all. Like,
yeah, that was one just a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
2 years ago.
Well,
yeah.
Isn't the eye itself actually probably a rather safe place to be? Because in the very eye itself, it's actually calm.
Yes, a lot of birds fly in the eye of hurricanes to
But
just
I think just before you get to the eye is very dangerous. That's where it
I
sends most
only
quickest.
got like the edge of it. That was all. Because it was just thundering and a bit of lightning and hard raining and flooding, but it wasn't like that like beyond devastating. The trees were cut open and everything, but it wasn't like bad, like to the point where houses were torn up and shit.
It wasn't really that serious then.
Yeah.
Anyway, chilling time.
Scotty, thanks for mentioning that story, by the way.
No problem.
Well, the kids, nigga, 9 to 11 tonight.
Trucker.
Pumpkin Trucker Channel, almost daily dash cams. There will be no dash cam tomorrow because I'm off work. But as always, 7 p.m. go over to Blind Girls for the blind trucking stream.
Woo!
Yeah, we just say show it. Any questions for the chat for the last few minutes? And also sub to Chadwick. And to anyone else who wishes to show themselves.
Yes, Chadwick for the shit show. Now that
themselves, unlike some people do.
Actually, for anybody and everybody interested, keep an eye out on my channel. Either tonight or tomorrow, I will be making an update video on how to host the Google Hangouts on Android devices. Because Android has recently gotten an update that you actually have to go in there and fix everything that you just did.
My hair is not so silky smooth.
Pinterest. Lots of golden showers. That's how things to work.
Yeah, so there's the magic of the golden shower there. Please.
Coconut is pretty good for your hair. Just FYI.
Anyway, head over here. You're a fucking absolute prick. I might be on there for the first little bit because I need to sleep. Because, life gets in the way of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, all hail Blue Whale. You're all a bunch of cunts. Don't piss on the shower curtain. Goodbye.